Hi guys, and welcome back to another video from Lori's Crafty Corner. Today's video is a bit different from other videos that I make. This is sort of a review video. I recently purchased the We Are Memory Keepers The Works All-in-One tool. And I mentioned it to a couple of my friends, and one of them asked if I could do a review video. I already played a bit with it so I could get my bearings around it, because as it's always been with something that's new, there's a bit of a learning curve, but so far I love it. So you'll see that I'm trying to do things a bit one-handed because I had to switch recording devices because the other one works perfectly fine, but it doesn't record audio. And for these kinds of videos, it'd be weird if I would do a voiceover over it, because it's just like maybe my hands might go another way, and So, yeah. And since I'm using a new recording device, I had to stretch my my phone stand over here. So I'm holding it with one hand, because if not, this is what it does. It tends to topple over. Anywho, so the Works All-in-One tool by We Are Memory Keepers boasts that it is 10 machines or 10 tools in one. It's a paper trimmer, it's a scoreboard, an envelope maker, tab maker, tag maker, Pom Pom Maker, tassel maker, bow maker, stamp tool, and banner maker. Why did I buy this? Because I already have my favorite paper trimmer by Fiskars. I already have a scoring board by Martha Stewart. But I did not have an envelope maker. I did not have a tab maker, nor a tag maker. And yes, you can make a tag by yourself, but I can never make both sides of a tag-like. For example, let me show you what I mean. This is a tag. It's already been pre-made. These sides would usually be very crooked, or one would be steeper than the other one would be not as steep, and I really hated that. So when I saw that it helps you make tags, I was like, ooh, I like that. Then I saw that it has pom-pom, tassel, and bow makers, and really those, I don't really make a whole lot of tassels, pom-poms, or bows, but it's September. Christmas is just around the corner. I might get into the I might get into the notion of making homemade Christmas ornaments for my Christmas tree, and I might use the bows. It's okay to have them. The stamp tool, I don't have a stamping tool, those that you flip open, you place the stamp and you flip it, and it's awesome for making an assembly line sort of thing for Christmas cards or cards in general. And I thought, wait, I could do that for Christmas cards. So it'll help. And then the other one is a banner, and my kids are young, and I like coordinating birthday parties for them, so I might use them. So really, out of the 10 tools, I only had 2. So let's get to playing with the other parts. Now, one of the things that I noticed right off the bat is it seems like a power station. It was overwhelming for me a bit at first when I saw numbers over here, over here, and over here, and these knobs and things, and I was like, whoa, what is this? So But then as I started looking through the instructions, it all became clearer. Right off the bat, we are not going to use this metallic thingy. Not metallic, it's acrylic. This is the stamping thingamajig. Yes, I'm going to get very technical with you. This is the acrylic flap that we're going to use for stamping. Excuse me. Oh my. Sorry about that. It is magnetized, so it helps with keeping things on the same page. But for now, we're just gonna take it off. Sorry about that. So first things first, the actual paper trimmer part of this tool is right here. You lift it. This is the trimming part. That little metal triangle, it's very sharp. I just graced it with my arm a bit, and I got scratched. And it was because I had flipped it open because I was looking for the scoring tool. And yeah, this is the scoring tool. Anywho, going back to the paper trimmer, because when I get excited, I tend to get a bit of OCD, ADD, and start to jump all over the place. So here's the paper trimmer. You open, you close. It's pretty standard when it comes to paper trimmers. I already checked it out. There is no, how would you call it? There is no gaps. Here's what I mean. I went ahead and I trimmed a 4-inch piece of patterned paper. Then I chose I call it the ruler because it's the only ruler that I have, by Tim Holtz, and I measured it up with this ruler, and it measured a true 4. Then I went over to my other paper trimmer by Fiskars, and it was a true 4-inch cut. So there is no variation in sizes. It's not like you're going to trim a paper on this paper trimmer, and when you go ahead and use another paper trimmer, let's say you're making a mini album and you use that other paper trimmer for cutting chipboard or something, you're not going to get another measurement. It's going to be the same one. And I'm very glad for that, because I had overheard that the We Are Memory Keepers paper trimmer, just the paper trimmer, had a wiggle room of nearly a quarter of an inch. And when you're making scrapbook stuff, especially if you're following some instructions, you want your cuts to be all aligned the same. You saw it, it's all the same. So in terms of the paper trimmer, I like it. I like that it has numbers on dark colors, in dark colors on the outer left hand side, so that if I'm going to cut just those 3x4 papers, well, 12x12 paper that are 3x4 cards, you can just go right into the card that you want and trim it and just follow along the lines over here, well, the numbers over here. Now, heading over to the scoring board aspect, you see that we have the grooves here. I went ahead, well, not went ahead, I already discovered this. This flap, you pull it out, you flip it, and then you reinsert it. Everything has the directions right here, so you're not like frantically looking for your instructions booklet and whatnot. So this groove, there's like a slight elevation here. You close it, and then from over here, you can almost not see it. Let me pull it up there. Yeah. From over here, you pull out your bone folder. I'm going to use the same paper, and that groove that we lifted off will help the paper not head into the paper trimmer aspect. And then I'm gonna see how I can score with just one hand. I'm gonna score at the 2 line. It's pretty basic. It's nothing new when in terms of, in terms of scoring boards. The envelope maker. And for here, I'm going to place you on pause because I need to use both hands, because that addition is over here. Oh wait, yeah, I can do it with both. This little tool that we pulled out from here, it helps you make your envelope, your banner, your tags, and your tabs. They each have your instructions on what to do with each of them. And over here you have the sizing charts for the envelopes and for the banners. Plus you also have banners. Well, these little indicators will help you align it up here. Here we have banner, we have envelope, and we have tag. So first off, I'm going to go with an envelope. And you align this little triangle with the triangle where it says envelope here. And let me see if I can go ahead and lower you guys a bit without, making you guys too dizzy. There. Oops. Please avert your eyes while I adjust. There we go. Now I can work with both hands. So here, once you've aligned these 2 triangles, I'm going to grab, let me see, just a piece of scrap cardstock, and I'm going to make an envelope for a 3x3 card. So it says that I need a 5x5 paper, sized paper, and that I should align it at 2.5. So here we go. I'm going to open up this and flip it over so that I can trim my paper. And here I'm gonna align it at the 5 mark. I cut it. What I noticed about cutting, it's an easy glide. It's very, very smooth. You don't have to get your elbow too much into it. I tend to be a bit aggressive when I'm trimming. I just really force it. This one is an easy glide. So my paper is already 5x5. Let's check. Align it over here. It's a perfect 5 and a perfect 5, a little bit less, actually no, perfect 5. There we go. So now that I have a paper, my paper size the way that it should be, this is magnetized, this base part. That's why it sticks, and I love that. I love it. See it also has a bit of silicone here so that it really doesn't move around. So we align the 2 triangles. Then it says that we have to align it. Oops, let me close this over. It says that we have to align it at 2.5. So you set your paper right at the 2.5 mark, and it says that you have to score at the 2 mark. Where's my, oh yeah, I hit it. You pull out your bone folder, look for the 2, head straight down. You flip your envelope 90 degrees and do the same thing. And do it once more. Oh, yeah, doing once more. Whoa. Yeah, but that was me sticking my fingers into it. You score. And then the last score. So here you have your scored paper. Here's where it gets, I loved this part. You flip your paper trimmer to the side. At least I did it like that. You can certainly just leave it as is, because this little arm opens up, and here you can even cut paper to up to 14 inches long. But these little tabs over here is the other part of the station. This is a tab maker. This is a banner punch. And here's the envelope punch. What you're gonna do, and this, I'm following the instructions in the instructions booklet. You align your score marks with these marks right here, but it has a little flappy thing, that little piece of plastic that is like lifting up. I'm at a loss for words here. I'm getting, technical, but you see this little plastic thingy poking out. You will line one of the score marks with that, and then you punch. And you do that same thing. Whoa. With the other score lines. It is a bit noisy. That's the only downside. I tend to craft when my kids are taking their naps, and it's a bit noisy. That little gong sound is a bit, yeah. So I might not be making envelopes while they're napping. So yeah. And here we go. You close your corners, and that's it. Oh, yeah. This is really optional. I mean, the tool says that you should do it, but I don't know. You turn your tool over, and it has a corner rounder right here. I really hope you can see it. Let me pull some of these things off. We have a corner rounder over here, and all of the cuts that you're making end up right on your desk. See? Because they are all open underneath. Okay. So, yeah, so we're done with our envelope. I like it. I like making envelopes. So, for our next thing, we're gonna make tabs. And according to this, it says, for side tabs, align paper to the side tab mark and punch. Where is my side tab? Aha, yeah. Apparently you cut your paper to whatever size you want. The side tab, you align your paper with this. It says small, medium, and large. Let's do a large one. And there. Then I believe you flip it over. And there we go. Of course, this next thing, you just cut it off. Let's do that so that we can get the full experience. And just like that, I trimmed it right off. This is a learning curve for me, the paper trimmer, which is actually the simplest part. But since I'm really used to the Fiskars one, it's off for me. Let me trim another piece of paper, random piece of paper. Whoa. Get into that groove there. there is a little groove here that says where you need to stop, and I apparently cut it way too long. Let's make it over. Let's remake that cut, but on the other side. There. And then you flip your paper over, you align it to, if you want it small, medium, or large, you cut. And then let me see if I can get it there. Now we're talking. And there we have our tab. So, what's next? Our tags. Using this, it says trim paper to desired tag size. Place tag under hole punch and align with centering lines and punch. Align tag guide to tag indicator on board. Okay, so this is our tag punch. I'm going to go ahead and cut a 3 by 4 piece of cardstock. I'm going to align it here. It has numbers here, so if your tag is 1 inch, 1.5, 2.5, and so on, you can just centralize it here so that your hole is actually right in the center. And then it says that you're going to use this guide and you're going to align it where it says tag. So this triangle with this triangle, let me pull it over. That triangle with this triangle. It says that you're going to, wait. Afterwards it says align paper to desired measurement on tag guide and trim. Flip paper and do the same thing. So I'm going to do a 1-inch cut. Yeah, it's not gonna work. It's too steep. Let me flip it over. But, you know, since we already started here, let's go ahead and continue and see where we went wrong. Yeah. I'm doing this live so that you know, not sugarcoating anything. So let's do our hole again. Okay. There we go. Then it says to align tag. So, oh yeah, now I get it. The bigger the tag, the bigger the number. The smaller the tag, the smaller the number on your score, on this thing. Yeah. Bear in mind that. So I aligned it at 1/8. So I'm going to align it again at 1/8. And there we go. A squared off tag. Yeah, tag. Next up is the Pom Pom Maker tassel and bow makers. I'll just show you, but I don't have, yeah, actually, I do have some string over here. I'm only gonna make a bow. And these little plastic things they come out from under your board. Let me look at the instructions to make them, because I vaguely remember. It says, position 2 tags on board. Distance between tags will determine size of bow. Cross ends over the front, so it's pretty, you know, it's pretty straightforward. If you know how to tie your shoes, this is how we're gonna do it. Yeah, I got a mess here. And I don't have any scissors, because I just got back home from a crop, and everything's in, like, in my bag. So yeah, let's see if I have a random, whoa, okay. So since I'm using string, I'm just gonna make a tiny bow. It says it cross ends over the front, and then, you know, pull tight. Take both ends of ribbon, make a knot. There we go. And then we're done, I think. Anywho, it would really look better with some actual ribbon, but yeah. All that these things do is that they help you tie a ribbon onto something for, you know, instead of trying to make a bow in the air, just place your pegs right over here, and it determines this. You use these to determine the size of the pegs of the bow that you're going to be making. Then it says that when making pom-poms is the same thing. It says that you place the pegs, then you, let's go ahead and play around with this. It says tie on one end, tie a knot around bottom peg. Okay, here we go, because it says that we're supposed to do it sideways. Wrap right strand around pegs and tie a knot around the bottom peg. So if I am reading this correctly, it's this. We're tying, and we're tying. Whoa. And here we go again. Then when you're done with the pom-poms, it says cut a 6 to 8 inch piece of yarn and wrap around center. So we arrived over here, and we're gonna tie. And we tie. There. So I cut, and then it says to cut over here. And tie in the center. So here we go. And again. So there we go. Cut ends on the tops. So this is probably not going to be the most gorgeous pom-pom you've ever seen. I'm just showing you how this tool helps you to make pom-poms, but you get the idea. Those pegs are just there to help you make your pom-poms. Of course, if you want a fuller pom-pom, you're going to have to add lots more string. In terms of the tassel, it's pretty much the same thing, only that you use 3 tassels, one over here, one right next to the other, and then the other one spaced over here. Again, it says that the distance between these two will determine the length of the tassel. It says make a knot on the 3rd peg, and then you round your yarn or string or thread or whatever around all 3. You tie over here and then tie between these 2, and then you cut to make your tassel. Stamping. The stamping tool, as I mentioned, you take this off and you add this in, and let's use this one. I don't think I have, let's see what I have, what sort of ink and stamp I have nearby. Okay, maybe my Distress Oxide is not going to be the best sort of ink. I just want to see if, you know, if it works. So, my goodness. Okay. Wow, that was pretty stuck on there. So I'm going to place my pre-made tag here. Make sure the stamp clings onto the tool. Lift open, or you can just pull it off. Oh wait, I forgot the most important thing. There are magnets underneath. So if I want my, yeah, that's a good area. There we go. Whoa, I moved it. Okay, so now let's go ahead, stamp, add ink. This is not the best thing to be stamping, but this is just so that you can see. And then here we go. It's still not placed there, and then you just go in and push. And there we go. Again, it's the ink that's separating, because I used a distress oxide because my archival ink is in my backpack, in my bag, so yeah. But it's pretty straightforward. What I like about all of this, the other thing that we need to see is the banner. But so far, I love the overall tool. Let's go ahead, and for our last part, yeah. Our last part is this, the banner. It says, select banner size and trim paper to correct paper size. So we remove our stamping attachment. It's not there, it's over here. Pull out this, it says banner over here. It says banner, and I want a 3-inch banner. So I should cut my paper to 3 by 3. Let's bring another scrap piece of paper. It says 3 by 3. Trim it. Trim it. And then align banner guide to banner indicator on board. Align left edge of paper to alignment guide measurement from chart and trim. Flip paper and do the same thing. Align right banner edge to the right side banner line on the hole punch. This thing over here. Okay, so let's go ahead. Banner triangle, banner triangle. Wait, yeah. There. 3 by 3, so I need to align it at 1.5 over here. And it says to trim. And it says then to flip it over and do, wait. If I did this side at 1.5, I'm going to do this side at 1.5 as well. There. Why didn't it come out? Why? What did I do? What did I do? Okay, let's go ahead. One more time. Let's do a 4 by 4 one. Okay, so align this banner indicator over here and over here. And then for a 4 by 4, it says to align it at 1 7/8, which is right here. And trim. Ah, I see it. I flipped it the way that it wasn't supposed to go. Then you go ahead, you flip it over there and there. And we have our triangle, which is amazing because I always cut my triangles wrong. Then it says to go over to the hole punch and just make a hole. I'm gonna punch it at 1.5. There we go. And I'm gonna do the same thing, but I'm just gonna flip it over and then punch it at 1.5. Woo! I like this. I can really see myself making a Christmas banner or even a fall banner. Ooh, I like it. Okay, so overall, I loved it. Thumbs up. The only thing that I would change is the noisiness of these punches over here. But overall, awesome, awesome machine. This review and playthrough and show through, you know, is not endorsed by We Are Memory Keeper. They did not give me this for free. My husband actually got it really early for me for my birthday, as you know, as a birthday gift, and he gave it 2 months early so that I could already start playing around with it and using it. So yeah, if you're on the ropes, here's the thing. If you already have all of these things in your stash, maybe consider not getting it. However, the one thing I do like about this is that if I am invited to a last minute crop or I need to go and craft somewhere and I don't want to bring half of my crafting room, this is a perfect tool for that. Because you have your scoring board, your paper trimmer in one, and you have basically 3 punches in one. You have your envelope, tab, and tag maker, so you have 3 punches right then and there. And you have your stamp tool here too. I love it. If you know, I would consider this to be a perfect beginner scrapbooker's tool, because you have everything. You don't have to shell out a lot of money at first for this thing, for different tools. And yeah, I love it. I like it. I love it. While I'm filming this, I'm already thinking about making some really small tag albums to give away as gifts for Christmas. And you'll probably see this tool in my videos. So, as always, check back here for another process video. Please subscribe to my channel, share my videos. I am more than, I'm more than happy to inspire people. And yeah, I'll see you back soon, guys, with another process video soon. And happy crafting. Bye.